Now to your second month of recording here in Milan. How are things going along? How are things progressing for you, Paul?
Really, really well. What we did was in this castle here, we did the basic recording of the tracks, and we've just moved over now to like a bit of control room to do the mixing in. We're still doing a few overdubs, so we're running a week or so late, but I think even at the end of it we won't have been much longer than 3 months, and normally I take much longer than that on an album.
Why did you choose to come here to record the album?
Well, you can see really, it's a fantastic place, and the whole reason for coming here really was just to get away from London. People can get in touch with me there, you know, and I'm always getting pulled off to do this, that and the other, and it just leaves us free to concentrate on the job, I suppose. And, you know, it's not raining all the time. Having said that, it chucked down this morning, but I mean, generally the weather's been great, so the attitude makes you feel much better.
How does it compare, recording an album here in Europe, to, say, London, where places like the Workhouse have been your home for months on end? It certainly was with earlier albums.
Yeah. Well, I still like the Workhouse as a place to record. It's a funny little studio, but it's just got a really nice atmosphere to it. In its old day, it just had a nice atmosphere to it, and then they redid it, and it looks like sort of, I don't know if you know Habitat, but it's a strange sort of design, and now it's that kind of thing, but it's still got the same atmosphere. This is just, we've had a few problems here, but the main reason we came was just to soak up the atmosphere. I think you can get a little bit sort of depressed working up the old Kent Road in London, so it's nice to come here. And if, say, you're the drummer and you're not doing anything, you know, you don't walk out and get run over by a car, you know, you walk over and get stung by a mosquito instead.
Well, now, I know with musicians like the Police, when they went out to Air Montserrat, they pulled in musicians from that environment, you know, and they got the Sly and Robbies of the world to do some backbeat reggae stuff. Right. So they certainly utilised that geographic location. I wondered if, on this particular record, whether you've been able to pull anything of the quality and the atmosphere of Italy and Milan into this record.
Well, we haven't pulled in any of the local yokels, you know, to do a bit of singing or anything, but we've just, it doesn't sound Italian, no. What it is it's a much more direct approach. The other two albums were very sort of big sounding, slightly Phil Spector-ish, so it's just a big wall of sound sort of behind the vocal, whereas this one you can hear what the guitar's playing, very few overdubs really. And it's actually come out sounding more R&B than anything I've ever done, you know. And R&B have always been my main roots, but I think they've been quite well covered on the first two albums. But on this one, it's like, just let's get out and do what I like doing.
Well, the new songs on this album, written specifically for the album, or were they songs that have been waiting around for a couple of years? No,
the songs on Secret of Association have been waiting around for quite a long time. In fact, some of them were turned down. On No Parley, they'd been around that long. They just didn't seem to fit that album, but they seemed to fit the second. But this new album, all the songs have been written in France just before we came down here.
We have to ask this one. Is there any chance of a duet with Alison Moyet? Because the two of you are working in a way, sort of parallel careers. As far as CBS are concerned, you've both been developed in a similar sort of way, and you've both come to the fore very well.
Not only are me and Alison just on the same label, but she's now under the same management. She's joined us. Me and my manager Jed have been together about 8 years now, and she just joined us last year. So I suppose to an outsider it'd look very prominent, but no, not really. You know, although we're working on parallels and our influences are pretty similar, when we actually get together in the studio, I think we think quite differently. So it's just a friendship, you know. She's a great girl, and she's Phil Collins again. She's doing her album in LA, and I'm doing mine here. So we're both sort of running at a parallel yet again, you know, and hers sounds apparently fantastic.
How much